Hi. Okay, as you know, I'm a real estate surveyor and real estate broker in Berlin. Lots of people are calling me the last month actually to talk about their flats and what to do in case this new law will take place. Yesterday, the 23rd of February 2020, we have, since yesterday, we have the reality in Berlin that actually they decided on the Mietendeckel, which is the rent cap law or rent freeze law in English for you, which means that we as the owner are not allowed to rent our flats for whatever we want to. It is now forbidden to take more on the furniture. It doesn't matter if your apartment is refurbished or in a super good location. You're actually supposed to take around, it's a really complicated calculation, but around €6.45 for every flat in Berlin. I think the worst and the most shocking thing about this law is actually that the tenant can request you to pay back the rent from June 2019 if you took more than what is allowed now, okay? And they're talking about fines. They're talking about up to 500,000 euros for owners or landlords which will take more than they are allowed. Of course, lots of investors and people who bought flats for some whatever reason to secure their future and their pensions are really scared at the moment because nobody really knows what's happening. Of course, you can imagine that I talk to all the lawyers that I'm working with, all the architects, all the notaries. Nobody really knows what to do. And I'm super sorry, but I can't give you like a global answer. So if you have a flat at the moment and you don't know if you want to sell it or keep it or what to do, of course you can contact me anytime and we will talk about it individually. This is the situation now with the Mietendeckel. I can just tell you from my perspective, this law was made in Berlin. The reason is that we still have 84% of the Berliners are living as tenants. There was no need in Berlin to buy real estate or to be an owner of a flat because the rent, people are used to have really low rents. This is the reason why politics have to give an answer to their voters. Okay, because the rents were of course increasing because all of us expats came here in the last 10 years and of course nobody was thinking about it in the city that hey, we have to build some more flats because 50,000 people want to come and live in Berlin. And now, the ones that are getting fucked are the owners that bought the flats. Still, nobody will build in Berlin because the foreign investors of course are escaping the city because of this kind of communist laws that we're getting here. And for the tenants, actually, it's also really bad news because what I'm experiencing as a broker, we have 65% more flats to sell than in the February of last year, just for the reason that foreign investors just tell me, okay, I'm really not willing to be treated as a criminal because I'm a flat owner in Berlin, and they just decide to sell. Those were apartments that, of course, used to be on the rental market, and they will be sold to self-users. So the tenants of Berlin are actually the first ones to suffer from this law, and this is super ridiculous. But hey, at the moment, it's a fact. We don't know if there will be, give me the name, how do you call it? You know, das oberste Gericht, Verfassungsgericht.
Constitutional Court.
Thank you. We don't know if the Constitutional Court will be happy with this law, but at the moment, it's a fact. So let's wait and see.